In Hillsborough County in 2019, they introduced essentially a DUI diversion program for first-time DUI offenders. And what we mean by diversion program is it's a program that's run by the state attorney's office that if you pre-complete conditions prior to the case being closed out in court or finished in court, the prosecutor's office will agree to reduce your charge to a reckless driving, but more importantly, reduce it to what's called a withhold of adjudication reckless driving. And that's important because when it's reduced to a reckless driving withhold of adjudication, assuming you have no prior criminal history, you will be eligible to get that sealed off your record once you are off any form of probation. And that's obviously important for any kind of job, applying for a mortgage, in any type of capacity, so nobody can find your mugshot online or research your court case information on the clerk's website. Now, the question is, how does an individual qualify for the Hillsborough County DUI rider program? Well, there's generally three levels of that. Number one is obviously you have individuals that if their breath alcohol level was below 0.20, then you would qualify. Okay. And assuming there's no accidents involved, no one is hurt, and you have no prior criminal history, you qualify for the level 1 DUI program. Level 2 is a situation where an individual is arrested for DUI, it's their first time DUI, but they do not submit to a breath test or urine test. They refuse to submit to it. In that circumstance, they're going to qualify for a different level, a level 2 rider program, and the sanctions will be a little bit harsher that an individual will have to do. And then number 3 are what we call drug DUIs. Those are when individuals are arrested for DUI, not for drinking an alcoholic beverage or drinking too much of an alcoholic beverage and driving a car, but those are situations where individuals are taking illicit drugs, your cocaine, your marijuana, pills without prescriptions, or even the circumstance where an individual has a prescription, but they've taken too much of it and they've had an adverse reaction. Under all three of those scenarios, level 1, level 2, level 3, the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office basically states if you can do certain conditions before you get to court, we'll reward you with a reduction of your case to a reckless driving. Those are normally to complete a certain amount of community service hours before the case is closed out, maybe have an interlock device placed on your car. And what an interlock device is basically it's a machine that an individual blows into, and as long as there's no alcohol detected on your breath, you can operate your motor vehicle. Another option is to wear a scram monitor, which is basically an ankle monitor or a SoberLink monitor, which it determines to make sure that you're not drinking during a certain period of time. Those conditions, along with enrolling and completing a DUI school and any associated counseling, if those are done before the case is closed out, Hillsborough County has afforded many of our clients the opportunity to get their case reduced to a reckless driving, but most importantly, reduced to a withhold of adjudication, which would then allow you to get your record sealed down the line. If you or anyone has any questions about whether or not you qualify for that, feel free to contact us. We have represented many clients successfully in rider DUI eligible cases where we have not only got them successfully into the rider program, but more importantly, we have then, once their case was closed out, we went and sealed their record so that their information about the crime or the charge is not publicly accessible online. Thank you.